What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the channel. Just some quick thoughts here. Uh, Recently, Wonder Woman, which was delayed, and now they came out and they're doing their best. Let me just say they're doing their best with what they got to work with. They basically said this, that the time has come. At some point, you have to choose to share any love and joy you have to give over everything else. We love our movie as we love our fans, so we truly hope that our film brings a little bit of joy to this holiday season. And then they go on to say, watch it in theaters where it was made safe to do so. Check out the great work in theaters has gone so, and it also will be available at home on HBO Max. It got me thinking that is this it, man? Is this it for movie theaters? Did I ever think that in my lifetime that this would be the end of movie theaters? Not saying that Wonder Woman is gonna kill movie theaters, but I know there's a lot of diehards out there that are just like, I'm gonna go to the theater. I don't care. I want to support the theater, and that's great. And that's great. But I tell you what, a lot of people are gonna save their money and watch it at home. They're just gonna watch it at home. For me personally, in my neighborhood, my two go-to theaters have closed permanently. They've closed not temporarily, they closed permanently. So now for me to go to the movie theater, I either got to go out to Disney Springs and watch it at the Disney Theater. There's one also at Universal. It's not that it's like a terrible drive, but you got to go through I-4 traffic and everything to get there. When if they give me an option to watch it at home with my family and friends, they just come over and bring pizza and something to drink, more than likely I'm gonna do that. That's just me personally. Because the theater that I love going to is permanently closed. That's close by, that I can hop in the car. It takes me 10 minutes to get there. Their prices for popcorn and stuff aren't all that crazy. Just remember when we went to the theater, how much popcorn and sodas and how we used to all, I mean, I never did this ever. I never snuck in food. But my local theater actually allowed you to bring in your own food. They didn't mind, which I kind of enjoyed it. And one time I brought in that Popeyes chicken. Probably stunk up the theater. They probably regret that decision, but it was fantastic. But still, and now it's gone. And I asked on Twitter what was like the last movie that you saw in the theater, and for most people it was Rise of Skywalker. I was like, oh, that's terrible. Mine was actually halfway through Empire Strikes Back. Was the last time I went to the theater. I was with Jeremy and Tugs, and there's actually a video on that here on this channel. And I was just trying to think back. I was like, some of the most enjoyment that I had at movie theaters now just seems to, because everything that went through in 2020, it doesn't seem profitable. Everything's going to be moving to streaming and like a pay-per-view status. But I don't know, maybe it'll change, maybe it'll bounce back. Maybe if we get a handle on things in the next coming years, it'll be bouncing back. Or will movie theaters just be like some kind of like event where they just won't have like a ton of movies coming out every weekend? It'll just be like one or two that will be available at the theater, and it'll just be kind of like an event to go see a movie. Is that what's going to happen, while everything else will just be put on streaming? I don't know. I don't know what's gonna happen. I do remember the last thrilling experience I had in the theater, whether you love this movie or hate it, was actually Endgame. When I saw Endgame on opening night, my theater was packed, and it was on fire. People were crying, people were screaming, people were clapping, they were cheering at it just made the whole experience so much better for me. And it reminds me when I went and saw the prequels and waited for days to get tickets, and the friendships and the fun that we had, and then going to the movie and everybody, like the excitement. Well, again, whether you like the movie or not, it was the enjoyment of the experience that I loved, that I wish I could have enjoyed that with all the movies that I go to see. You go to some movies and it's just like dead silence, a stinker, and it's just like, man, this movie's garbage. And you go to some and like the everybody's all into it, and it just makes the enjoyment so much better. And I just wonder, man, is that gone? Is that going to be gone forever? You know, is that going to be gone forever, or have things just changed and adapted to the point where we have to recreate that experience at home? With home theater systems now are not as expensive as they used to be. Most everybody has them, and you know, it's very, I guess you consider it safer, more convenient, cheaper, just to watch these things at home. I don't know. What are your thoughts on this? Is this it? Is this it? Is this the end of movie theaters? Are we seeing it just trickle and fade and float away, and that's that. Anyway, just my thoughts. I just want to throw my thoughts out there and hear your comments. I'm just curious to see what you guys think. You'd be like, Jay, you crazy. Crazy, Jay. They'll be back. It'll be fine. Hollywood needs it. They need our money. They need it. So they'll be back. Or you can just say, yeah, I was thinking the same thing. But what was the last movie you saw in the theater? And could that be the last time that you will experience a movie in a movie theater? Interesting.
Subscribe to Intoxicated 3PO. Is that what they wanted? Yeah? Are we good? Did we do it?